Hello, this is Marcus Pulis, and this is Aquarian Anarchy again. And today I thought I would talk about something that's kind of stirring around in the world. It is August in 2019, and it's been an interesting week. I've had a very busy week. I've been on a couple of interviews. I've been talking about the typical things that I talk about: voluntarism, spirituality, those kinds of things. But this week's a little different. I feel something. There's something different. You know, I guess a couple of years ago, my friend Adam Kokesh began talking with me about this shift that has to happen in the consciousness of not only the American people, but the people across the globe to accept and move towards a greater understanding of freedom and away from control and coercion and force and aggression and all of the things that are government. So I think we're almost there. And what's funny is I was skeptical at the time. I didn't think that, you know, we could be that close. I look at the troubles that are all around us, the tyranny that we see, and I thought, and so for me, I was like, this is a long way off. It's going to be a minute. And this week, something's different. And you can say, well, I'm still seeing all this crazy statist stuff, and I'm not saying that stuff's gone, and I'm not saying that every man, woman, and child has suddenly accepted voluntarism and they're going to move forward and they're going to live in peace and war's going to end today and all of that. Of course not. That doesn't happen like that. Many people like to criticize some of the things that I post. Like I'll post something by John Locke or even George Washington or somebody, and they'll be like, oh, he's not a voluntarist. No, he wasn't, but he was 200 years ago, over 200 years ago, and he had a good idea, and he was leading us in this direction, because you don't turn the light on and suddenly people are free. That just isn't what happens. It didn't happen in my life that way. I moved away from being a statist, and it took time, and the world is just the same. But I think I'm seeing the signs of the world changing. And what I see is Trump last week came out in support of more gun control, and greater than that, with the red flag laws that he's talking about, it also expands the police state. It expands the ability of government to monitor us, get us turning each other in, all of that stuff. Talk about algorithms of finding pre-crime and figuring out whether you're going to do something in the future and all this stuff, which are straight out of any Hollywood movie that talks about, whether it's the Minority Report or about pre-crime and all of these things. So it's this dystopian idea. And people are like, well, that's here. And how can you say that things are moving in the right direction when all that's happening? And the answer is, I think they've gone too far. I think that they've specifically Trump has shown his hand and shown that he is just like all of the other pundits and all of the other politicians. He's a statist, and he's corrupt, and he doesn't have your best interest in mind. And he's not about security. He's about control. And he's not about America first. He's about his wallet and his buddies first. He's about, those things are becoming clear. And then you back that up. This past weekend, Jeffrey Epstein was found dead, committed suicide, and nobody believes that. Not a single human being believes that. Trump came out and tried to blame the Clintons. Like he's not the one running the government. Like he's not the president. He's not the person who the buck stops here. And I realize he's not actually out there going, you need to do this. I get that. But ultimately, it happened under his watch. The Clintons, sure, I agree. They're murderous. And to be clear, I've never talked to a Clinton. I don't need to commit suicide with 2 different guns in the back of my head like people who oppose the Clintons typically do. But to blame it just on the Clintons is silly. But people are realizing and going, they lied. And so it's about a mental shift. And that mental shift is here. I put out a meme that basically says it is time for common sense government control. It's that time. It is time for us to rein in those powers of government. And I don't care what you call yourself. I'm so sick of I'm an anarchist, or which I am an anarchist, or I believe in constitutional government, or whatever. Who cares? Move us towards freedom. Set your eyes on that. Who cares what somebody else thinks about whatever you call yourself? Who cares? Move towards freedom. Move towards those ideas. And it's time, however, wherever we're going to be, rein it back in. Bring that government back into power. Now, obviously, I have opinions on where I think it should go. And where I think it should go is to localizing all the power down to the local community, so that if you choose to, you can opt completely out yourself. And so that if there's going to be some kind of governance, that governance is going to be local and you can just move. So I have those kinds of opinions. But a bunch of people are looking at these ideas. They're looking at how do we solve this? Because there is a problem, and the people are seeing that there is a problem. So we need government control. Again, I have my opinions to how best to do that. But do it. Control it. Bring in that monster out that we let go thousands of years ago. Force, aggression, bring it down, take it away. It needs to go. It's time to evolve. And that evolution will not happen overnight. It's not going to happen today. But I think it is happening, and I think I see the beginnings of it right now. To all of you that are out here that might see this video, no matter what you call yourself, if you're working hard, not just talking on Facebook or tweeting about something on Twitter or so forth, for all of you who are actually doing something for freedom, thank you. You are my ally. And with you and with your help, we certainly will control government. We will get this behemoth done away with, because this evolution is going to happen. And it's happening as we speak. Thank you very much. If you've enjoyed this video, it's going to be a little bit of a short one. But if you've enjoyed it, like, share, comment, and join us. Help us. You can help me by any means that you feel. Tip on BitChute. Contact me. I have cryptocurrency wallets. Donate to me. Join Adam Kokesh's team. Get involved with the campaign to dissolve the federal government. Find that at thefreedomline.com. We can make a difference, but we have to do it together, because once we all stand up individually in one voice and say, I want freedom, there's not a government in the world that can stop us. We're going to evolve, and we're going to move past this. And we're going to finally have the control back in the hands of the people. Thanks a lot.